my back chat. My bad. Alright, I'm my bag. Damn, chat. Let me see if I'm back. Alright, I think I'm back. Alright, but yeah, this is Alex Jones' response to Laura Loomer. We got disconnected a while ago, my bad, chat. But this is Alex Jones' response to Laura Loomer. Y'all double tap the screen on your way in. Be sure to share this video out. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. What's up, Tinky?
I have not been going after Candace Owens to be part. All right, folks, Merry Christmas. Christmas Day 2025. Hard to believe the year is almost over. I am shooting this live feed right now to update you on some big stuff coming out tomorrow, some of the other big stories we're working on, and also to address Laura Loomer and something that she put out on X last night that is not correct. But first off, I have not been going after Candace Owens to be part of a publicity stunt or infighting like all these other people do. I've been on here 31 years. It's not what I do. I saw the incredible stuff that she and her people were saying. I've always liked her, so I said, I better check this. And I went sort of checking into it, and it just went from bad to worse. And then I nicely came out and said, hey, I've got concerns on this and that. And her surrogates and a bunch of people, now her, basically said that, I'm a terrible person, and this just shows who I am. Well, I've been proven right on the two things I had concerns about. A, I know that there's a cover-up of Charlie Kirk. So everybody investigating that, that's great, so am I. I broke on September 16th at Cash Patel in a cabinet meeting, yelled at Tulsi Gabbard, said, I don't want to hear about foreign involvement or any of its accomplices. That was confirmed a month later, and Gabbard's talked about it. So I'm the first on that. So people build a straw man that I'm not trying to investigate what happened. I just have not seen the evidence that TPUSA killed him, and all the supposed theories about this person shot him and that person shot him and this security guard shot him under the arm and this guy had a gun over here. Notice all that stuff's been moved on from. Okay? So I just think honing in on TPUSA is wrong. Did a foreign power, could Israel be involved? Did the British destabilize the country? Absolutely. The Democrats that wanted him dead, said he'd be dead, celebrated him being dead. But I'll get into that later. The point is, I've known Candace Owens 10 years. Like her. She's in the promos for my show. She says nice things about me. And so I go and get the flight data stuff on these Egyptian planes, and most of it's incorrect, point it out, and I'm the bad guy. And then we start looking into this Mitch Snow guy, and immediately there's all these red flags everywhere. And there's Fort Huachuca, 12 colonels, and he starts adding new names, and later, Erica Kirk's there. And then we started getting the data on who he really was, and his real name that's coming out tomorrow. I'll let the investigators themselves bring it out, and it is so horrible. And I said he makes my skin crawl just at a visceral gut level. Oh, it's really crawling now. So I came out last week and I said, Candace, you got to get away from this. You're being set up. Maybe he's setting you up. Because I've never seen stuff like this. And nope, I'm the bad guy, all the rest of this crap. So I got pissed off. All right? I mean, we need TPUSA. We need Candace Owens. We need all these people. And so I'm not against us questioning each other, but this just going on the warpath against each other is crazy. And then, I got the call and all the rest of this crap. It's just pure bull. So then it's Christmas Eve. I'm with my parents, and I get this text message from Laura Loomer going, Merry Christmas, and a thing to X with her saying, I'm the one someone knows that convinced him to go after Candace Owens, she knew full well that would just inject herself in this controversy, stir it all up. Like I say, she's my handler, that's what everybody's obsessed with, and pretty mean, pretty uncool. And that's just her nature. It's the way she is. I've known her for 10 years. I still see her as a friend, but I hold her at arm's length when she breaks.
You see her as a friend. Now, is she your handler? Is she your friend, Alex? No, I'm playing. I don't think Laura Loomer is Alex Jones's handler. Now, do I think she tapped his shoulder, maybe got in his ear a little bit while all this was going on, threw a little gas on the fire? Probably, but I don't think she's his handler.
It's a real news story about the latest attempt to have a coup in the Pentagon against Hegseth, which is real. I had my own sources. I had her on. She started sending me all these text messages, the Tucker's this and that. And so I called her up, and I basically said, I don't think Tucker's bad. I don't think he works for Qatar. And she gave me this whole spiel about it. I didn't even remember her talking about Candace Owens. So I even asked her in text messages today. I said, well, when did I even talk about Candace Owens? She said, you don't remember this and this? I'm like, whatever. So no, I didn't remember the conversation. Had nothing to do, 5 weeks ago or whatever it was, with me coming out and saying, man, Candace, there's an issue here. So I was concerned about the planes. But it's cut and dry. It is cut and dry with Mitch Snow. I mean, the congressman was there at 11 a.m. in the committee hearings. He didn't go into roll call till 2-something, but he's on the videos. It's all on record. That the head of TPUSA, he's on an airplane at 1:45. And they claim, well, he could have secretly got back from Machuca. No, folks, they're ready to release everything. Okay, but notice how they get accused. It's just asking questions, but everybody's basically saying, planning the murder there. And then as the whole thing falls apart, we're the bad guys for pointing it out. And so it just continues on. Plus, I know how government hits work. I've studied history. Interviewed many of the experts, including Fletcher Prouty, before he died. He was one of the top guys in it. You don't have 12 adult children about this guy. And his supposed military record, it's not even what he says. I mean, it is stolen valor. It is everything. It is crazy. You can make a movie about this guy. They have those famous movies about con artists and stuff. I mean, this is next level. And was he sent in to set up Candace? I don't know. I'm just telling you that I saw a bunch of you out there bend over backwards to cover this up, or say, once the video came out with the congressman at 11 a.m. there, that's 8 a.m. Arizona time, when the meeting's supposedly happening at 7:30, so he teleported himself back. You guys are like, that's fake video on C-SPAN. That's fake video on the congressional website. And people went and looked. They go, no, it's not. It's there. It's him. Just because he wasn't in the roll call, he was there doing something, waiting for the votes he wanted to be part of. And that's Congressman Ahmadai, who just got put into this. Has nothing to do with it. I mean, these are innocent people.
Damn.
So do I have a question?
All right, man. Chad, this is crazy.
This is about TPUSA. Do I like some of the way things have been handled? No. Should TPUSA be investigated? Absolutely. But I'm sitting here as a third party looking at this, and I go, everybody's asked me, look at the planes, look into this guy. So I go, look. And I'm like, holy hell, this is crazy. This is going to blow up in her face. I go, hey, you better look out. They go, ooh, that's a threat. No, when you say, look out, I'm worried about you, that's concern. You guys just twist everything. And then I saw something really, really amazing last night. I saw, without even looking, all people I've known, interviewed several of them, going, Alex, you understand, it doesn't matter if Candace's information is right. We don't care. We hate TPUSA, and basically we're going to bring them down, and you just don't get it. And then I saw a couple more of them, and then people going, yeah, we don't care if it's true. And I was like, oh, you're not stupid. You're like Machiavelli now. Like, you think you're fighting evil, and so you think you can just make up whatever you want. Kind of like Laura Loomer. I mean, she knows full well that when she sits there in the middle of this controversy and says, oh, I convinced Alex Jones, I'm like, what? That's all like, I don't do my own thinking, and it's the perfect stereotype. As if Laura Loomer is telling me what to say and do. Meanwhile, I'm calling up defending Tucker Carlson to her. So, I don't have to justify myself to anybody. I don't have I don't have a soap opera show. I'm trying to talk about big general policies, wake up the public to actual globalist operations we can stop. I'm trying to awaken humanity, stop the ESG, stop the carbon taxes, stop the social credit scores, stop the central bank digital currencies. I mean, that's all the real stuff. And Trump's not perfect, but overall, getting us out of the Paris Accords and securing the border and all that stuff, I'm happy about that. So I hold his feet to the fire when he's off course, but on the good stuff, I back it. Look at stuff Kennedy's doing. It's amazing. Tulsi Gabbard. And so I am trying to stabilize civilization. I'm trying to push for a global awakening to accelerate, and I'm trying to help people. And that's it. I mean, if I wanted to do dirty tricks like you guys do, and wanted to spin stuff, be deceptive, I'd run circles around you. But at the end of the day, I need everybody really awake and really focus on real issues so we can save civilization, save society. So I'm not going to get in the middle of this with Laura Loomer. I am just so irritated by it. I mean, it's just she exactly what she's doing. And she's a master at that. And then she goes out and does some real journalism and does other stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's good. And I try to be nice to her. But at this point, Roger Stone, used to be really good friends with her, and basically everybody else I know just says, just don't touch. And that's what I get. So enjoy yourself, Loomer. Very, very funny. And of course, the Nazis and all them out there don't know that's true. They're just, you're like teamed up with them in a sick way for a publicity stunt. Stick yourself in the middle of this. I'm not trying to have a publicity stunt with Candace Owens. I morally cannot discover that this guy's a con man and a liar and this meeting didn't happen. And then pretend like Candace Owens is just like, oh, just asking questions when we've got the clips over, all of them, like very specifically. Like, oh, I never said the TPUSA was involved in killing. And it's all right there. I mean, it's just crazy. You know what you guys are saying, you know what you're doing. And I just can't be part of this. You know, that's what I do is expose the corporate media because they lie. And you guys are starting to run circles around them when it comes to deception. And you got it from Laura Loomer. Oh, yeah, I talked to Alex. Oh, a month, 5 weeks later. Oh, I convinced him. Oh, you know, just pure crap. And then you guys over there with that. Oh, God, we got you. He got the call. He's on the Jim's payroll and all this stuff. It's just, it's not serious. It's not serious. So, remember, when all this stuff comes out tomorrow, I mean, it's already, Mitch Snow's already completely destroyed. But when this stuff comes out tomorrow, it's going to be so devastating. I'll be live, by the way, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I got some of the folks exposing coming on. His military record, his police records, the court records, his kids, adult children on the show, his real name, the fake charities he's run, how he just got 100, now it's up to like 150,000 or something I checked, on his donation page that Candace set up for him. I mean, my God. People aren't going to stand for this, man. People aren't going to stand for this. And to watch Candace Owens self-immolate herself politically, just burn herself up like this, really sucks. I mean, I had her on a few months ago, back in there with the Macron stuff and everything else. And then I'm just like, I can't be part of this. My listeners want me to investigate, so I go look at something.
This shit is crazy, Chad.
Give it to airline.
This shit crazy, man. Alex is on one man right now, but I feel like, I'm just gonna say it, man. I feel like he want Candace Owens to talk about him, man, right about now. I'm just gonna be all the way honest. He want Candace to sit down on the episode, talk about him. Laura Loomer want Candace to sit down on the episode, talk about her again. That's gonna put them in the algorithm. That's gonna boost the numbers, and they payout check that come next month gonna be looking chunky, really, really chunky. That's what they want to go on.
Experts, they go, no, this is all horse shit. And then I start calling around, found everybody else has the same findings. And she goes, well, there was a few mistakes, but we're going to republish on the website and show you we were really right. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath, Candace. She's like, this Pachuca thing is dead on. This is happening. We know it. Little proviso. I'm not sure that you really saw Eric Kirk there. And then later, I'm just vetting this guy. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on here. We're not stupid. And it smoke screens the real stuff that needs to happen, like the investigation into what really happened. What really happened with Kash Patel. That's confirmed with him ordering no looking into foreign government that they found connections to and domestic stuff, which we all saw 10 different trans people saying he'll be dead when he comes here, tomorrow. First it was 6, now it's 10 we found. So why is that? That's the real thing right there. Yes, we can be looking at it. But no, instead it's Egyptian planes and Fort Huachuca and trapdoors and all this shit. And I'm just here going, whoa. Hope you have a good Christmas. Love you all. Appreciate you. And I care about Candace. I remember back when she said it to him. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't see it. I actually said to her, I said, if anything, she might be married to that Lord. I'm not accusing me of this, but I said, I remember after I talked to her what I said. I talked to her in text. I did say maybe he can be MI6 because that's where Obama runs his operations against Trump. Out of there with Keir Starmer, the lawsuits, the attacks to the EU on Elon. So I was like, if anything, British intelligence. If that's what she's doing, I don't think so. But they don't do work about Trump.
What's up, Nick?
So, no, I don't see the guitar thing. So,
all right, that's enough of that, man. That's enough of that, man. All right, Charlemagne did a sit down with ABC talking about Trump's first year in office. Charlemagne also just got a $200 million deal. We're going to go over that $200 million deal as well and see what's going on. I'm pretty sure him talking politics has a lot to do with that. $200 million.
The God has a direct line to millions of people on his daily morning show, The Breakfast Club. Last November, despite his disappointment with the election, he told me he was optimistic about Trump's second term. So we checked in with him again this week to get his reaction to Trump's first year back in office.
Year been better or worse than what you anticipated?
That's a great question. After the election, I said to myself, all he has to do everything that all his critics say he's going to do.
Right.
Literally, don't do the project 2025, don't have authoritarian strategy, don't go after your political opponents. Don't make this, this new presidency about, revenge. Yeah. And he checked all those boxes. He did every single one of those things that everybody told him not to do. So I would say that things are going pretty much as predicted.
So how does it, you're so in touch with your audience, and you spend hours a day, every day, talking to your audience.
Absolutely.
It land when he says something like, gives himself a grade, A++++ on the economy. How does that land?
Well, he's doing the same thing that, Democrats were doing last year when they were trying to tout Bidenomics.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell people that what they actually feel in their pockets isn't real. Oh, the stock market is great. The people I'm talking to don't have stocks. The grocery prices are down. No, they're actually in the grocery store every day, and they see that they're not.
What's broken through? And have people? Because I get a sense that people, to a degree, are tuning out of a lot of this stuff.
Well, I don't. That's an interesting question. I don't know if they're tuning out. I do know that people can't see past their bills.
Yeah.
So when you can't see past your own bills, that's the thing that you're always constantly focusing on. And so everything else does feel like a distraction, but I feel like the Epstein files absolutely positively cut through, at least to his base, to the people who will defend him to the death, and ride with him no matter what. Something about those Epstein files finally made them say, oh, he's lying. And I think since then they've paid attention to every other lie that he has spewed.
How should Democrats approach Trump now?
I think that their approach this year has been relatively strong for a party that has no power.
No power at all.
You know what I mean? I think that they have done something that we usually don't see them do, which is fight, right? But they're fighting kind of with their hands tied behind their back. And everybody's got different approaches, but you would expect that from a Big Ten. Democrats are not monolithic.
I remember you telling me, way before Biden dropped out, you were warning about Biden and whether or not he had it in him to run again.
Absolutely.
And you said to me he had no main character energy.
None.
So what do you see now when you look out? I counted recently, I think there's like 20 Democrats that I can count who are likely to run for president. Who do you see that's got that main character energy?
People who got main character energy, but I think that what people are concerned about now, it's not about how you, it is about how you campaign, but it's more so about how you govern.
Yeah.
So I think that what people are going to be looking at are people's actual records, right? Like literally. So even if you are able to cut through, like a Gavin Newsom is cutting through, people are going to really look at his record because they've seen, what he's done in California. And I think things like people's records are actually going to come back to haunt them, when they decide to run for president. So, but I do think governors are going to have the best chance, like the Governor Westmore's, the Governor Josh Shapiro's, the Governor Pritz's, the Governor Newsom. They're going to have the best opportunity because they have an actual record.
I mean, for Trump, he had no record when he ran, but he was able to break through. He, captured the imagination he captured the Republican Party.
He had a fantastic campaign. Y'all can be listen, you don't have to like the guy, but we cannot act like, his campaigns weren't incredible. And even somebody like Mondani took a lot of Trump's messaging. The whole messaging of affordability, right? Like that's what Trump said. I won the election on one word: groceries.
Social media.
And social media, like the three things. It's so funny. Like Democrats talk about Mondani galvanized young people, social media, and he talked about affordability. And Democrats act like those are three revolutionary things, as if they haven't done those things before. It's the economy, stupid. That was Bill Clinton in the 90s, right? Galvanizing young people, that was Barack Obama. Using social media, that was Barack Obama. So these three basic things that Mondani did, Democrats seem to have forgotten about, and they praise him so much for it. And they should, because he ran a fantastic campaign as well. But a lot of his messaging was Trump-like messaging. Affordability, New York first, which is similar to America's first. All of that, was able to cut through. But that goes back to what I always say. Man, we complicate these things. They want two things. They want more money in their pocket, and they want to feel safe. If you can make people feel like you're going to put more money in their pocket and you're going to make them feel safe, you'll energize them every time.
The Trump campaigned obviously on the border crime and like you said, he didn't call it affordability, but on high prices. Mm-hmm. Where has he succeeded?
I would say probably the border, but it's the way that it's happening, right? If the numbers are true, people aren't, coming across the border anymore. But man, do you really want to see people who, been here for years, who are actual citizens, are trying to go through the process to get legal citizenship? Do you really want to see them snatched off the street the way that they are? Do Latino people need to just live in fear?
He did better among Hispanics than any Republican on record.
Yeah, only to pop out and say, "Gotcha." And I really just wonder what goes through their minds and how are they going to come 2026? How are they going to vote come 2028? Because they bought into the dream, but that dream turned into a nightmare.
What most surprised you about 2025 on the political front?
The lack of, I was about to say the lack of respect for the working class. Because I always knew that America didn't give a damn about poor people, right? America doesn't care about poor people. America doesn't really care about, people just trying to make it every day, just trying to survive. But really, man, from everything from the Doge cuts earlier in the year to the government shutdown, like people really have no idea. Politicians really have no idea what their constituents are going through. Yeah. We don't even talk about all the people whose lives Doge.
What up, Tony?
Early in the year. Then you fast forward and you get, to the government shutdown. And I understand that, they were taking a stand for people's health care. But just the fact that they weren't even thinking about all the government workers that were also out of work, who are still, right now, as they're watching this on television, trying to catch up.
And what do you expect for 2026? What's your biggest hope? Let's try to end here on a hopeful note. What do you hope for?
I hope that politicians get their act together. It does give me hope to see Republicans finally saying, right. I'm even just on just regular moral human issues, right? When he made those comments about Rob Reiner, it's just just to see Republicans step up and be like, all right, bro, that's too far. I'm just finally happy to see people on that side, the right side, say, hey, too far. Do I trust Marjorie Taylor Greene? No. Do I believe Marjorie Taylor Greene? I didn't at first, starting to a little bit. Because at some point, your conscience has to kick in. At some point, your moral, clarity as a human has to.
All right, Chet. We lagging, man. I'm seeing that lag. Hopefully I get my internet and all of that secured today. Hopefully I get my internet secured today. Crazy. Crazy. Well, alright, chat. We're gonna get up out of here. We'll be back later on. I'm gonna try to get the internet and everything together, man. I'll see y'all later, chat.